Hello friends, it's Chrissy. Welcome to or back to my channel. And today we're doing an honest to God unboxing. I received this deck in the mail today. Actually, it's 11:49 and I got the alert at like 11:15 that it had been delivered, and I had a few things to do for work before I could go down to the mailbox and get it, but here I am and I'm so excited. So when I posted several weeks ago, was it part of August? I don't even remember, about how much I love photo decks. One of my Reiki clients reached out to me and she was like, Chrissy, do you know about the Dream Mountain Tarot? And I was like, no, I don't. But I had purchased a few decks in August. I was looking forward to buying a few Christmas decks for them to get here before Christmas. So I was like, I wrote it down, but didn't really think much of it from that point on. And then for some reason that I don't know what happened. For some reason over the weekend, I got to thinking about this deck again and what I'm curious if it could be for me. Yeah, I'll talk about that when I actually review it, but today is just an unboxing or an unbagging as this is today. So it took me a bit to decide which version of this deck I was going to get. And I ended up with the newest edition. Is it 2019 maybe? The previous edition to this had, 2019, I was right. It looks like the 2012 edition, which has the purple back and the spider, has more coloration to it. So there's some kind of similar to the Journey to the Tower Tarot, which I love. There's some coloration to it, for the third edition, which there are also some cards that are different that look like they're newer than these. So I stuck with the commemorative 2019 edition. I think this one was $40, where the third edition was $60, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But when I decided the way I decided to do this, to do the 2019 edition, was I went to Bea Nettles' Instagram page and scrolled down, and she has several posts where she has like all 4 editions of the deck side by side, and that really let me know which edition I wanted. So I'm super thankful for that, and I just want to let you know that that resource is available. So there's this really cute little pamphlet that I adore. Yeah, for press sheets and how they're shipped. Well, that's really fun. Oh, I'm in my kitchen because I'm waiting for a package to be delivered that would require a signature. So if there are cats out and about, if I have to say, hold on, I'll be right back, that's why. And here is another little pamphlet for the Knights of Assisi, a book that is available from Bea Nettles. So because I am at my dining room table in my kitchen, I don't have scissors at hand, but look, I did it. I don't need scissors. I'm the sister of 2 Eagle Scouts. I say that and then I can't get, okay. You would think I got the hard part done, right? Not quite. Sorry for the plastic rustling. I'm actually really disappointed that there's not already a cat up here, because that's what they would do. So this is the back of the 2019 commemorative edition, which I love, which I'm excited about because it was the back that I enjoyed the most. And first we have the title card. Let me see where I am on the screen. Okay, we have the title card, Mountain Dream Tarot by Bea Nettles, a deck of 78 photographic cards, copyright 2019. So from what I've gathered, I watched her intro on YouTube. It's like a 3-minute clip, but it's really, she's just charming. And it seems like this was shot, if I remember correctly, this was photographed between like 1970 and 1975. I was born in 77, so I really like, this feels like the world that I came into, not the world I grew up in, not the world I live in now, but the world that I entered into. And that's a really interesting thought for me. If I remember correctly, these were photographed mostly in around the Asheville area, Western North Carolina, and somewhere in New England. So we'll just flip through. We have the Fool with the dog and the knapsack. And Bea Nettles did not actually have a tarot deck. She had the book, the pictorial guide to the tarot, and used that as her reference. I love this little knit bag. We have the Magician. Oh, the High Priestess. The Empress. And I did not watch any complete walkthroughs of this deck because I wanted to be surprised. I wanted to notice things for myself. So my entire experience with this deck before right now is her Instagram page. Hello, Albus, do you want to come and see us? It looks like the Empress is holding ice cream and wearing all of these beads. The Emperor. This dramatic dark background and the figure being on the bottom half. That's striking. The Hierophant. So every time this was one of the images that was on her Instagram page, and it felt really familiar to me, and I don't know why. Actually, holy crap, I do. Hold on. I think I might have figured it out. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, so I ran upstairs to get my copy of the Guided Hand Tarot, and I'm wondering if this image here is the Hierophant from this deck. Because I feel like maybe I've just seen this card before, but I feel like I've seen this face like collage style. And this is the only collage deck that I have, I think. Okay. So maybe it isn't him. But this is what I was thinking of. I'm pretty sure. Similar, not the same. Okay. All right, I'll take it. It's not him, but it's a very similar vibe and energy. And I love the way he's dressed in things that were like what you would see someone sitting around a campfire with. And that's I love to think of this energy that way. We have the Lovers. And one of the things that Bea Nettles talks about is how she created this deck without the option of digital adjustment, of any digital imagery. So like these were, I think she said 6 photographs that she had to superimpose over each other in the darkroom. And this was around the time that my father was really into photography, and we had a dark room in our basement growing up. I remember the red light that was in the hallway, and if the red light was on, you did not open the curtain to go in Dad's dark room. So yeah, I think that's also part of why this is so nostalgic for me. The Chariot. And you can see how, like, the square image here has been what was adjusted for strength. A big fluffy white dog, a big fluffy wet white dog. Oh my gosh, look at this hermit. Thinking about how she did the swirls from a photographic standpoint. The Wheel of Fortune. I just have so much admiration for photo collage before there were any digital tools to do so. And I believe that the Emperor is her dad, and she's the queen of something. I'll know it when I see it. The Hangman. He kind of looks like a cross between Chris Thiele and Dexter. You know. Death. Wow. These giant scissors and the cloaked face and a crown. Oh, I like that a lot. The Temperance with the triangle and the alchemy between the two goblets, with 1 foot on land and 1 foot on water, which again, imagining all of these different pieces in a dark room is just fantastic to me. Look at the devil. Such a serious face, but also, I mean, you kind of want to laugh at him, right? I love it. The Tower. The Star. I am absolutely smitten. The Moon, with the face in the moon. The Sun. Judgments, actually at a cemetery with a child and 2 adult figures rising up with the angel and the trumpet. The World. You know she's naked under there. And the same imagery as we saw in the wheel. Oh, I'm going to reorder these the way that I want them. All right, now we can go through. So now that my brain is going to work through these from Ace to King, and then from Wand to Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Wands. The 2 of Wands, this reminds me so much of pictures I've seen of my mom's brothers. The 3 of Wands. This looks like home. This looks like Greenbow Lake in eastern Kentucky. The 4 of Wands. The 5 of Wands. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. The 6. Oh my gosh. The 7. You can kind of see what he's fighting against, what he's protecting against here. The 8, friends, I know some people get really irritated with the static 8 of Wands, but I love it very, very much. The 9, he's got his little fencing. And the 10. It's interesting to see the bundle facing forward, the bundle being carried ahead instead of the bundle being on the back. Hello, Albus. Hello. He just sat in the chair beside me. Hi, buddy. Hi. We have the Page of Wands. with carving on the tree that looks like the Hierophant here. The Knight of Wands. What a hat. I guess it'd be a helmet, but I'm going to call it a hat. The Queen of Wands. Look how beautiful she is. In her fancy chair sitting outside. She's gorgeous. And the King of Wands. Look how... Can I have my sweater, buddy? Thank you. Look how handsome. With his feet crossed, nice and casual. Yeah. Moving to the swords, the Ace swords, the Two of Swords. I love the bench here. The bench is one of my favorite things in the Two of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Just that reminder to sit. I love it. I love that she included it. The Three of Swords. You can see the raindrops in here in 3 different swords, which is interesting. That's beautiful. The Four of Swords. Interesting that they're all 4 on the wall. There isn't one laid out beside him, almost like he's actually placed all 4. So, because the way I think of the traditional Four of Swords is he has intentionally released 3 of them, but kind of kept one close by in case he needs it. Where this is releasing all 4 of those, hanging them all up on the wall. So he's completely exposed as he's checking in with as he's recalibrating and recuperating. The Five of Swords. My favorite card in any deck, the Six of Swords. Sorry, there was someone at the door. The Six of Swords. I think that's about where I cut off. The Seven of Swords. There really is a look of is this panic? Is this distrust? Is this sneakiness? We don't really know. The Eight of Swords. She looks a little more nervous than I feel. The Eight of Swords. So this one's going to be a challenge. Not as in a challenge for me to read, but like a challenge for me to rise to when I draw this card. The Nine of Wands. So on this, So on the same couch as the Four of Swords, but more swords up above her. She's covered up. She's sitting up. There's motion here in her figure, which to me indicates this is not restful like it was in the Four of Swords. It's not good rest. And then the Ten of Swords. Again, what has gone into this in a dark room? The Page of Swords. I love how it's almost like he is presenting the sword here. My gut is gonna want to read this as the Page of Wands, because this looks more like a wand than a sword to me, so I'm gonna have to be aware of that. The same thing here. The Knight of Swords, bringing the horse to look like a unicorn. This is not a wand, Chrissy. This is a sword. The curly wand is a sword. The Queen of Swords, look at this card. She's like, are you sure about that? Goodness. I love her. I love her. And the King of Swords. Look at that. Look at that expression. I belong here. Kind of a little bit of a smirk. This King of Swords. He's going to tell you how it is. But you're going to laugh together as he does it. This is not a, I don't see this as like a commanding. I don't see this as, yeah, I don't see mansplaining here. This is how, to me, this is the expression like when I've picked up on something in therapy that a client isn't exactly sure that they wanted to tell me, but I caught it. And I'm like, as soon as they stop talking, I'm going to open my mouth about it. That's what this expression, this is what I see reflected in me from myself in that moment. And I dig it. I dig it. Moving on to the cups, we have the ace. Oh my gosh, I'm totally smitten with this deck. We have the 2 of cups. She's wearing a crown here, so this is like a wedding ceremony. The 3 of cups. Look at these dresses. Look at these dresses. It's like my mom and her sisters. The 4 of cups. I'm totally intrigued by the cups here. And the way the cups are shaped and how we have 2 that are the same. This one kind of looks like a coconut. This one is a goblet that's all distorted. Yes, please. Oh my goodness, the 5 of cups. This card is stunning. I cannot wait to use this deck. The 6 of cups with the little babies. How these figures are just a few years older than me. The 7 of cups. The 8 of cups, this feels very familiar to me. We did a lot of hiking when I was a kid in Eastern Kentucky, and that'd be southeastern Ohio. This rock formation here and the tree, this feels very, very familiar. This feels like following my dad on a hiking path. The 9 of cups. I can hear the singing that's coming from him. I can hear it. There's a guitar player over here. Yeah. Sorry, buddy, you can't chew on that. I love you, though. Hi. The 10 of cups. Now, what I like about this card, and just bear with me for a second. I always have trouble. I frequently have trouble with the 10 of cups because we do not have children, and because we wanted children. And the 10 of cups always has a pang of, this is unattainable for me. And here, seeing simply the couple pointing up, receiving the cups. This is significant to me. And I love this card. The Page of Cups with a fish in there. So cute. The Knight of Cups. The Queen of Cups. And I love how like this deep shadow here would have been edited out digitally, but it's not here. And I love it. The King of Cups. Look at this. I love the kings in this deck. I love them. I love them. Moving on to the Pentacles, we have the Ace. You can probably hear me smiling. We have the 2, and he's standing on 1 foot. Oh my gosh, I love it. The 3, as they're building a wall. There's math over here. I love it. The 4, look at this 4 with stars painted on plates. Goodness, I love this deck. The 5. Again, the darkroom editing that had to have gone into this. The 6. Reminds me, it looks like John Belushi. The 7. Wow. The pensiveness on this 7. The 8. I love the 8 of Pentacles too. This reminds me of my grandfather, and he had 2 garages growing up where that had all of his tools, and he built houses and he built furniture, and the paper. And my dad was always drawing designs for houses and tree houses and gardens and all of that. This feels very familiar to me. And what I love about what I was taught by my papa and my dad was we could be creative and we can make plans for the sake of being creative and making plans. We didn't have to feel disappointed if our plans never came to fruition. Sometimes the work was in the enjoyment of the work, if that makes sense. Work was done simply for the sense of curiosity, not and the need to, there wasn't a requirement to fulfill the ideas. And that's what I see in this 8 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, look at this 9. With the little bird. I would wear this dress, by the way. I'm picturing it being like greens and blues and maybe like a yellow. The 10 of Pentacles. The Page. The Knight. This reminds me of my dad. Visually. My dad had curlier hair. My dad had better hair, but still. This is Bea Nettles, the creator, at the Queen of Pentacles. Stunning. And again, a super friendly King of Pentacles. And the last card we have, again, some information about the deck. The original deck started in 1970 in North Carolina. With the book is in the library at Yale. A few at the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. 900 were printed in 1975. Thought to be the first fully photographic deck. 1,000 were printed in 2001, scanned and digitally enhanced. So her son and daughter came in as pages in the 2001 edition. So there were some, like I said, that had been changed. 2012, third edition, the 1975 deck in the color, the same coloring of the original. And then the edition I have for the 50th anniversary of the work that began in 1970. Black and white prints. Edited for shape to match the traditional tarot deck. I'm in love. So something I noticed as we were flipping through that I want to just look at real quick is the coloring. So it's kind of subtle, so I don't know that you can necessarily see it on camera. I feel like it would have done better against a white background, but the majors have a slight purplish gray tint to them. The wands have a slight greenish tint. I'll move these down. Now I'm like, I wonder if my hands were in the right place the whole time because it's much more zoomed in than I usually am. The swords have a blue-gray tint. The cups have a pinkish, maroonish tint. And the pentacles, I think, are pretty pure black and white. So when we put them together, you can see somewhat of a color story moving through this deck as well. I am absolutely smitten. So let's see how it shuffles and how it reads. So we'll do just a few shuffles to get it mixed together. That's a really nice shuffle. These are, I don't know what this finish is called. It's not matte, but it's also not glossy at all. Like it doesn't reflect, I don't think it reflects very little light. They're not linen finish, they're a smooth finish. I wanna say 320, maybe 350 GSM. That is just going based on the fact that my deck is 310 and I know it's a little thicker than that. It's got a really, that was very satisfying. A very nice riffle right out of the pack. I don't feel like I don't need to break this in any way. So we'll do just a quick little deck interview spread, my typical 3 cards. This is a spread, I don't know where I got it from. I've been using it forever. It is the interview spread that is in the guidebook for my deck for the Narrative Alchemy Tarot. But as I shuffle, I draw my attention to my breath. Feeling my breath come into rhythm with my heartbeat, with the deepest knowledge of my inner self. As I exhale, I send my breath down to the earth, letting my breath burrow all the way to the core of the earth, wrapping itself around that energy. I had my eyes closed. I don't know how long those cards were there. And then my next inhale, the energy of the earth comes back up to me, meeting my breath in my heart space. My next exhale, my breath goes up to source. As source receives my energy with a smile, holds it close to his chest, wraps it around his waist, and then sends it back down to me. With my next inhale, I pull it into my body, into my chest, feeling fully connected, fully supported by both the physical world, the spiritual world, and my own inner guidance, inner compass, intuition. And with my next exhale, this trinity of energy, my own, the physical world, and the spiritual world. My next exhale, all of that comes out into my hands. As I invite the cards to respond to the 3 following questions. How the deck sees itself, how the deck sees me, and a little insight about our work together. That feels right. And we're gonna have some suspense here. All right, so how the deck sees itself. We have the 9 of Wands. The deck sees itself as as a protector. As a bringer of things that I need to hear, of things that I need to learn, but it's not going to throw them at me. It's going to lay the lessons here at this fence, but I need to be open to find them, to seek them, to listen to them. There is a boundary between us that I get to bring myself into. I have to be open. It's not this is not a deck that's going to throw things at me. It's a deck that's going to require my invitation in, which I've this deck is going to respect my boundaries. It needs me. It needs me to say yes. So it feels like each time I use this deck, I will need to offer consent. That's how this feels. This feels very healthy. This feels very, very healthy. But we'll see how the deck sees me. We have the Six of Pentacles. So it's balanced. My effort to get to know it will balance what it shares with me. This deck just feels like a partner. This almost makes me cry. It's not going to throw anything at me I can't handle, but it's going to expect me to show up ready to receive, ready to do the work. And the commitment, the reverence that I bring to it will be matched with how it responds to me. So this almost seems like a deference and a shared respect and a shared commitment. This deck is not saying bow down to me. This deck is saying, if you want me to take you seriously, you have to take yourself and me seriously. So this is where the deck sees itself as requiring consent. It sees me as needing to show up with the level of reverence and willingness to work to what it presents to me. And our work together, holy shit. Our work together is the High Priestess. I read the High Priestess, oh my gosh, I read the High Priestess as the blueprint, as getting back to our truest self before the world told us who we need to be. The High Priestess holds the map, holds the wisdom of our inner self. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I'm really kind of bummed that I'm on my lunch break. I'm kind of bummed that I have to go back to work because I just want to sit with this energy. I am very excited. Dream Mountain Tarot. I am so very excited. All right, friends, I'm going to leave this sitting here for a while. I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. Do you have this deck? If you do, what kind of tone does it carry for you? I would love to know that. Yeah, thanks for joining me for whatever day of Vlogtober I decide to make this, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, friends.